Hi everybody, this is Nick from Game Crate, and I'm here talking with Chris. He's the product manager for gaming mice for Logitech G. And Chris is here to talk to us about the newest thing from Logitech G. So what exactly is this called here?
So this is our new Proteus Core gaming mouse. It's a tunable gaming mouse. It features our new sensor, which is designed from the ground up to be as accurate and fast as possible. But it also has a feature that allows you to tune the parameters of the sensor so that they are most compatible with the surface that you're using. So rather than having a default programming that is pretty good on most surfaces, you can actually go into the software and set it up so that it works incredibly well on your specific surface. So it's kind of like, you think about it, if you buy a car, it comes with some all-weather tires, which is basically the default configuration for the car, and it works pretty well on the road, works pretty well when it rains, works okay on the track. Go out on a gravel road, it gets, you have to slow down because otherwise you don't stay on. Then you go out and buy some racing tires because you want to take it out on the track. Works really well on the track, but then you take it in the snow and it doesn't drive at all. It's kind of a similar principle here, right? You tune the sensor to the surface that you're using, and it may work really reasonably well across, or really well across a bunch of different surfaces without the tuning, but once you tune it to your particular surface, you may find some other surfaces don't work quite as well anymore. And that's because when you have a default configuration like that, you have to make some compromises to the way that the mouse tracks for against optimal performance on other surfaces as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah, great. Yeah, I know that when it first came out and people were talking about, or they saw that it was tunable, people wanted to know exactly what that was. And so that's a really great answer to that, exactly what a tunable gaming mouse means.
So in addition to that, it's actually got weight and balance tuning. So we've had weight and tuning for a long while. You can, with the G500S, for example, you can put a cartridge in that increases the weight, so you can make it way more, if you like, a heavier mouse. But there's not a lot of options in terms of where that weight sits because it's in a single cartridge. And it actually raises the center of gravity of the mouse when you put it in there. So with Proteus Core, what we've done is we've added 5 3.6 gram weights that you can put in pretty much any configuration that you want. The weight door is held on with a magnet, which is, magnets are awesome. You can put them either front to back or side to side, change the balance of the weight of the mouse to the way that you hold it, the way that you prefer to use it. So it's about tuning the physical properties of the mouse as well as the sensor properties of the mouse to the way that you like to use it.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I know I've actually had a chance to spend some time using this mouse, and when I was trying to open up the bottom side of it, I expected it to be difficult because it's usually so difficult, and I was literally shocked by how easy it was to pop the thing open because it's held on with a magnet that keeps it closed when you need it to, but then you can easily open it to adjust the inside weights.
Yeah, it's easy to open if you're trying to, but if you are using it, it's not going to pop off. The magnet holds it on pretty tight, and the tabs on the side keep it from popping off. So it's honestly it's one of those kind of design details that you put into the product to make it just really that little extra step forward.
Yeah, great. And can you talk a little bit about some of the other features we have here? Like we have the thumb rest and the scroll wheel and everything.
Sure. So the thumb rest is designed to be very, very comfortable to hold for long periods of gaming. The left and right sides of the mouse are rubber. So they're not a coating or anything, they're actually rubber, so they're very comfortable to hold for long periods of time. The shape of the mouse is pretty similar to the G500S. It's designed to be a nice transition from the previous product for people who are already familiar with it, but there have been some slight modifications made to the design so that it's more comfortable overall. It has 11 programmable buttons with onboard memory, so you can set up your buttons any way you want them to be. They can be individual keystrokes or multi-key macros or whatever you'd like. And you can then take it to whatever computer you want and it'll still function correctly. It's got 1 millisecond report rate, or you can go anywhere from 8 milliseconds to 1 millisecond, store that on the mouse. It's running a 32-bit ARM processor, so it's got more than enough power to do all the macros and settings that you need. There are 3 onboard profiles, so you can have different settings for different types of things that you're doing. It also features our dual mode scroll wheel, so you can go from the click-to-click mode. We've actually greatly improved the ratchet force on that so that it feels much more feels much more precise, and you can much more easily tell, okay, I've scrolled past 1, 2, 3 clicks, and I know how many weapons I'm going to switch or whatever.
Yeah.
And it has our free spinning mode, which just spins for days.
Yes, I really did like that. I like how it feels. I like that it stays cool because it's got the metal. Is it solid metal or metal coating?
No, it's solid metal.
Solid metal, yeah. I
it's
really
still
like that
spinning.
part of it. It's still going. It's going to go for the rest of the interview here. Now talk about the DPI on the mouse.
So the DPI goes anywhere from 200 to 12,000. It's all there are native DPI steps every 50 DPI from 200 to 12,000.
Okay.
There's no smoothing. There's no pixel rounding. This is the most accurate sensor on the market. It's incredibly responsive, and it's hard to describe until you've actually played with it just how responsive this mouse is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I know as soon as I actually tried this for myself, I was like, oh, this is really, really good. I didn't have any problems with it the whole time I was using it. So you talked about the DPI, and it's adjustable, and I think you said there's 3 onboard.
The 3 onboard profiles and
Yeah.
5 DPI levels per profile.
Okay, yeah.
So if you want to have multiple DPI levels on your profile, you can do that, or you can set it to 1 if you like one particular one.
Okay, and so it goes up to 12,000 DPI, you said, right?
Yes.
And is there any concern that might be like more than the average gamer actually needs, or that the average computer can actually take advantage of?
So DPI is really just a measure of how fast the cursor moves relative to the speed or to the distance that the mouse moves.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really correlate to either accuracy or to impact on the system, right? Really, what giving people 12,000 DPI does is gives them margin to work under, right? We fully understand that many people won't be able to use 12,000 DPI.
Yeah.
And 12,000 DPI, if you're playing a first-person shooter, that may not be the most accurate way to play the game, because you'll be moving the mouse a very small amount and making big wide turns. It's hard to be accurate when you do that. So what we are hoping people will be able to get out of this is, just in case there are people who want to have a very, very, very fast mouse, we give them the option to do that. And we were able to do that with this new sensor without requiring any smoothing, without requiring any pixel rounding, without requiring any compromises to the performance at other DPIs, right? So you get the same responsiveness and tracking performance across the entire range of DPI without losing the ability to go really fast.
Okay, and who is the target consumer for this mouse?
The target, we're making products for gamers, so everything we make is with gamers in mind. I'm constantly talking to people on forums. I'm coming to shows like PAX East. I'm flying around the world talking to pros. It's all about making sure that we make the best hardware possible for gamers.
Yeah, right. And what is the retail for this mouse? How much does it cost?
Retail is $79.99 US.
I know that when we posted our review of the mouse on Game Crate, there's people in the comments that were saying, like, I'm surprised it's not higher, and like they expected for what it offers to be.
That's always good to hear, but I mean, I want to make a product that really works for people and that is accessible as well, right?
Right. Okay. All right, and for our last question of the day, stepping aside from just this specific mouse, we're asking a lot of the people that we're interviewing today and throughout the weekend here at PAX East about virtual reality. That's the big trend right now, the Oculus Rift and Sony's Project Morpheus and everything. So I know you can't get into any specifics, but where do you see Logitech fitting into something like virtual reality?
So we're looking at all the different technologies that you talked about, plus all the other ones that we can find.
Yeah.
We know that that's where a lot of interest is headed. We're doing a lot of evaluation.
Yeah.
Like you said, we can't talk about future product plans, but we're definitely aware of the interest, and we are committed to the gaming community and the gaming space. So we want to make sure that we understand what's going on and are ready to do whatever is right to do.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens down the road. Thanks very much to Chris for taking the time to talk to us. I'm Nick from Game Crate, and you can read our review of this mouse at gamecrate.newegg.com.